My number 4.
You
Wait
have
for
a
it.
devilish smile, so I'm nervous.
My number 4 is Frozen.
Guys,
If you stayed after that, we appreciate it.
thank
I
you.
apologize.
Thank you for letting it go. So,
Okay, we'll give them a moment to
to
click off
also
the
leave
video.
for that.
Okay. Now that we've gotten rid of everybody,
Now that you understand that love is an open door and you can come back to us at any time. That's my favorite song for that movie.
it is the best song from that movie.
Easily my favorite song is Love is an Open Door. I think Let It Go is a good song.
It is a great song.
It's a very good
ton
song.
of fun to just sing.
Yeah.
But
I
Love is an Open Door was just like.
I think that's I think it's the most fun song.
If
ever.
I had the ability to write a song, I would have written that song.
That's the song you would have wanted to write. Yeah.
It's great.
I'm a huge Bobby Lopez fan. Who did Avenue Q and the Book of Mormon and a lot of these really, really, really funny musicals. And to have him and his wife do a Disney musical is so shocking. But they'd actually done the Finding Nemo musical, which I did not know was a thing until like yesterday. And apparently it's really good.
yeah, I hear great things about the Finding Nemo musical.
Weirdly enough, yeah, because Bobby Lopez helped write it, and his wife, who unfortunately I'm forgetting her name, and I apologize sincerely. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. I hijacked your pick.
Frozen is beautiful. I love how everything looks. I like the place. I love Elsa. I don't care that much about Anna. She's the least interesting character to me.
That is so funny because I feel the exact opposite. I feel like 100% the other way. Why do you think Elsa is the most interesting?
Because the whole conflict is around her. Well, I guess it's between the two of them, but the whole movie is about Elsa overcoming her own personal demons, basically.
Yeah.
The film decided to have a villain at the very end, but really,
It didn't need one.
There's not a villain for most of the movie. It's just.
I kind of think it would have been better if it didn't have
Yeah.
Hans, like that. Maybe they needed it for an ending, maybe they just needed a third act.
They needed a climax.
Yeah, maybe they needed a climax, but I would have been fine with there not being a villain.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. I love the music. I love every single song so much. And I like the story. Who cares that it's not explained how Elsa got her powers? Who cares?
Are there people that complain about that?
Yes. It's a Disney movie.
It doesn't matter.
Are we going to complain about how the fairies in any of the Disney movies got their powers? No. Doesn't matter. Why is Anna normal? Who cares?
I would love if the trolls were not in the movie. Because I feel like they were there to help explain things like that. And it's I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm so fine with none of that being explained. More than fine. And the Fixer Upper song kind of sucks. for me, personally,
it is the weakest of the songs, but...
Yeah, it's definitely the most forgettable.
It's...
Or, in my case, memorable because of how much I disliked it. But, yeah.
I don't dislike anything about Frozen.
Wow.
I just... Everything about it... Olaf should have been the new Jar Jar.
Well, I think
we
just
were
about
ready
everybody
to
was
hate Olaf.
Yeah, everyone was ready to hate Olaf.
And he was lovable.
He's Josh Gad is always funny.
A+ to Josh Gad.
It was his delivery, because it wasn't Jar Jar where it's just I'm gonna be as over the top as possible all the time, and also incredibly racist, but that's but Olaf is not.
Olaf does a lot of whispering.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
Yeah. He whispers a lot of his punchlines, and a lot of his...
Do you think she knows how to knock?
That's really funny. Or I don't have a skull or bones. He says weird things, and they're typically funny.
I've been impaled.
yeah, I've been impaled. So he is funny. He shouldn't be. He defies logic by being funny. But yeah, no, I agree. The reason I like Anna so much is because I think she, first of all, is a Disney princess that moves the story forward, which, holy crap, that does not happen often.
That is pretty groundbreaking. Besides Ariel, that might be Anna might be the only one besides Ariel that moves the plot.
And what I like about Anna better than Ariel is Ariel's just kind of a brat. Whereas I think Anna has a very charming personality, and it's great because she's a funny Disney princess. You don't see that. You don't think about it, but there's hardly any, if any, funny Disney princesses.
Yeah, when do they give Disney princesses funny lines?
Exactly, and like I think Anna is very funny and charming, and she has this really great personality, and I think Elsa is just. She's just stone cold the whole time,
Well, she's been told her whole life
to conceal, don't feel.
have no emotions, and it's eventually you just stop, and it's really sad to see someone that's just so dead inside because other people made her that way, and it's really sad, and I love to see her come back, and the movie was not about romantic love. It was about
the sister,
family.
That sister twist at the end was great.
Yeah.
Love that.
Disney movies about family. Meet the Robinsons and now Frozen. Mm-hmm. Like me some family.
Those are good.
They're good.
Those are good ones.
They're good ones.
I think what my thing is because I really like the conflict that Elsa goes through, obviously, because it's tragic. But I think what it is for me is because I won't say where I work, but it is a place that is associated with happiness and how it might have the most of it on Earth. And I see a lot of little girls and some boys dressed either like Elsa or Anna, and I tend to only see Elsa. Most kids look up to Elsa. And for me, I think she's the one you shouldn't want to be, because it would be horrible to be Elsa.
Okay, being Elsa would kind of suck.
Elsa doesn't want to be Elsa.
Yeah. But she
tragic.
is the first Disney character to get the title of Queen and not be evil.
True. That's true.
Thank you.
Messed up story about that, though. When they decided she wasn't going to be evil, they changed her from brunette to blonde. They felt the need to change their haircut. Apparently, brunette people are evil, according to Disney.
Yeah.
There was a time when you were blonde.
There was a time.
That really
long ago.
That's gone.
It ended in high school sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't typically look at your face.
I don't typically look at my face either.
Anyway, that's true. I do like, and I remember because when we see little kids dressed as Disney characters and stuff, typically you'll say "Hi, princess." That's a thing you say, and I remember there was this 4-year-old girl. And I said, "Hi, princess," and she's dressed as Elsa, and she was like, "Queen!" And I was like, "I'm so sorry!" I totally caved in. I was like, "Oh, I am so sorry, Your Majesty," which is terrible. She'll probably be a tyrant. But no, she's smart. I was wrong, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I like Frozen as well. It just didn't make my top 10 because.
And honestly, if we had done this 2 years ago, it would have been number 1, and
maybe.
it is slowly falling down the list. I'm not sure how far it's gonna fall. It won't ever be below Tangled. Yeah, you can suck at people who think Tangled is better.
A lot of people think that,
including you, roommate. You know who you are. Yeah, he was mad at me because I said that Frozen is better, and I'm like, no, it's not. Frozen's Frozen.
I know a lot of people like Tangled better.
Yeah, weirdly enough, those people are wrong. That's an opinion, and we're not going to make fun of people for having opinions.
In the paraphrased words of Sirius Black, Frozen's not a bad movie. It's a good movie that bad things have happened to. I think it's the best way to put it. Yeah. It's just so oversaturated and hype.
It's unfortunate that it was a huge hit.
Yeah. Moving on. What do I got?
We talked about Frozen a while. Number 4.
Okay, so for me, number 4 is one that you're not really a fan of.
No,
you kind of hate it.
I don't hate it. There are segments I like and there are segments I don't like. and the opening is so hard to get through for me.
I love the opening.
Well,
So, in case you couldn't tell by segments and whatnot, Fantasia is my number 4. For me, this is Disney's one art house movie. And what I love about it is, again, this is sort of a thing where I love the story behind it. Because people would go to see this in the theater thinking they were going to get another Pinocchio or Snow White. And here's this, like, you know, surreal sort of like art piece of just like, here's what music looks like. You know,
how many people left during the first song?
A lot of people. Apparently, people would just walk out. Apparently, people hated it.
It goes. The first segment goes on for like 10 minutes, and it's.
I love it. I think it's
about
gorgeous.
It's about 8.5 minutes too long.
It's what I think of when I hear classical music being played. You know, it's sort of these kind of surreal images that they sort of represent the instruments, but they're also like I think it's amazing. For me, the segment that goes on way too long is the dinosaur one, which obviously as a little kid I thought was awesome, but you know, older now I realize there's just way too many shots of bubbling lava. But the music is amazing, and I you know, some of just the classics, like Sorcerer's Apprentice is a wonderful segment, and
honestly, like, I've seen Sorcerer's Apprentice enough times that when I watched through Fantasia, like, actually watched from beginning to end, I was like, the Sorcerer's Apprentice was, like, middling for me. Because it's like, everybody knows it.
You are impossible to please.
I am impossible to please. But, I mean, I love the song, but it's just like, okay, it's there. There are better segments. I feel like there are better segments.
Again, I think it's gorgeous. I think
everything in the movie is gorgeous.
Yeah, I think it's this masterful art. I think
some of it is a little
highest art that Disney's ever come to. I feel like.
I disagree. I think that there's a higher art. We've already talked about it. Actually, let's keep going.
Anyway, yeah, I really love it. Yeah, I just kind of love everything about it, honestly, for the most part. Like Bald Mountain.
The Bald Mountain
you
sequence.
Can't deny that is an incredible.
No. I love the Nutcracker Suite.
Yeah,
and I love, pretty much everything after the hippos and crocodiles. I think the sequence is kind of funny.
See, I thought that was too silly.
That's your.
Yeah.
See,
You like the
when I'm sitting there bored out of my mind, something needs to happen, and the crocodiles were something.
Anyway,
I think I have a high tolerance for slow pacing. I do not have that high of a tolerance.
Movies, yeah. Wow.
I like friggin' Fincher films. Those are slow paced.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of his movies are fast paced.
They're oddly paced.
Yeah, I guess they're oddly paced. Yeah. When I think slow paced, I think like Kubrick or like Terrence Malick, who I actually haven't seen any of his movies, but I know they're slow paced. Like that kind of thing.
And I mean,
or Tarkovsky.
Kubrick is very slow paced, but I don't mind usually.
I don't know.
Like 2001 is really slow paced, but I think it's brilliant.
Yeah,
it is brilliant.
That's how I also feel about Fantasia.
I do not feel the same way about Fantasia. Maybe if Fantasia were in space, it would be as good as 2001.
Tune in next year for Fantasia in space. Guaranteed to be better than the first two Fantasias. The second one is kind of dumb.
Fantasia 2001. There we go.